You remember the Doritos commercial? I mean, I thought it was good for several reasons because I'm thinking, here's a woman having her ultrasound and her husband's eating a bag of Doritos. That is so dude, isn't it? I mean, you know. I'm thinking, that's cool, man. I'm going to take a bag of Doritos next time I go with Amy and the doctor. But he's eating the Doritos, and all of a sudden he notices when he moves the Dorito, the baby in the womb, it goes to the Dorito, he moves over, instead he starts playing, you know. I love it. Then all of a sudden he does this, and the baby comes out, and man, I'm laughing. I'm thinking, that is awesome. And I had literally, my mind wouldn't even go that the next day the pro-choicers would be all up in the air. Because it made the baby look like a human. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's something about knowing Jesus, and then there's just something about stupidity, right? I mean, that's just plain stupid, to be honest. A human. The baby looked like a human, right? Now, I say that, and then, you know, and I'm thinking, you know what the first thought comes into my mind? They're stupid. And then, you know, the Holy Spirit within me just said, now, Pat. And I'd love to say the Holy Spirit said, yeah, they're stupid. Because we know he thinks that, right? But that wouldn't be how he would act or what he would say. So he said, yeah, Pat, they're wrong. But you got to remember, and seriously, you got to remember, their mind's not on the Spirit. They don't have a clue. Their mind's on the flesh. So you see, it goes deeper than just, I mean, me going, oh, those people are crazy. That's why when it comes to all the issues, you know, whether it's homosexuality, transgender, abortion, all those issues, we can get all up in arms and go to war and say, oh, they're on this side and I'm on this. Or we can go, you know what, I'm never going to compromise my convictions because these are my convictions because they're biblical and I believe it. But I'm going to speak truth, but I'm going to show compassion, right? I'm going to show compassion. And so, see, my worldview makes all the difference in how I see the world. And it's either of the flesh or it's of the Spirit. Comprehensively, those are the two different worldviews, right? And so when I look at the world and I know that I'm redeemed, what we understand is to set your mind on things of the Spirit. Here's what I want you to understand. It doesn't mean that you join a monastery and you have to pray for 20 hours a day. You got to set your mind. You got to meditate on Jesus. That's not what setting your mind on the Spirit means. Setting your mind on the Spirit means now I begin to see everything in light of God and His Word. Setting your mind on the Spirit means that my mind, what's on the Holy Spirit's mind is on my mind because the Holy Spirit lives in me. And now what the Holy Spirit thinks about everything is what I think about everything. What the Holy Spirit thinks about abortion, that's what I think about abortion. What the Holy Spirit thinks about sex, sexuality, homosexuality, that's what I think about it. What the Holy Spirit thinks about, marriage, that's what I think about marriage. I begin to think that way because what's on the Holy Spirit's mind is what's on my mind. What the Holy Spirit thinks about my brothers and sisters all over the world in Africa that are being killed because they're Christian by Boko Haram, or brothers and sisters in the Middle East that are being killed by ISIS, what the Spirit thinks about that, I begin to think that way, right? Because what's on the Spirit's mind is what's on my mind.